Welcome back to the Endless Academy. In today's video, we will be playing the Hissho. This session will also include two mods, ESG 1.6 as well as TAT's Better Planet Generation, which removes the spawning of 1 and 2 planet systems, reducing a lot of the RNG due to lucky starts. It is also important that you load ESG before this mod to prevent errors. I also wanted to mention, if anybody would like to join some multiplayer matches, you are always welcome to join the ESG Discord, makers of the mod. Link will be in the description. We will be using these game settings. Let's begin. The Hissho are the ultimate tall faction, as instead of colonizing new systems, they prefer to extract resources with mining probes launched from behemoths. Due to this trait, resource recoverers, you should keep the total number of systems in your empire under 2 until you begin your conquest, or you will suffer massive penalties. As you can see, you will get a minus 5% FIDSI per system above the overcolonization threshold, being 2. The Hissho start with a behemoth equipped with a mining probe. When launched, it will send all of its FIDSI back to the capital, which scales with population. The core gameplay of the Hissho is to increase the total number of behemoths, modules, and level of mining probes so you can extract the maximum number of resources, while at the same time expanding your capital's population and buildings. To begin, we will be changing the base strategy I've talked about in other games. We will first be building cerebral reality instead of drone networks. You should do this on all factions, as the bonus to science far outweighs the bonus to food and industry. We can then queue up our other buildings and finish with our colonization. For science, we will start with baryonic shielding, as getting the curiosity detection will help us unlock new resources that we can sell to the marketplace for early game money and eventually exploit with our behemoths. Next, we will go with eukaryotic sap, as with the ESG mod, the balanced home system setting will make your home system always have the same planets, in this case a forest, which we can already colonize, a snow, which we need eukaryotic sap for, and lava. This will pretty much allow you to have the same tech path early game. Next, we will go with xenobiology and planetary landscaping for the science and food bonus from colonization. We'll also pick up PEV scale accelerators, an even larger science bonus. This building right here, the magnetic field generators. This will scale with the single cold planet that we have on our capital. We'll then go plasma metallurgy for access to Hyperium and a useful production building. Finally, we will pick up galactic commodities. This will allow us to sell unneeded luxuries gathered from our probes and let us buy luxuries needed for boosting population, as seen here on the Senate screen under population details. We need super spuds and Eden incense. We most likely won't have access to these at the start of the game, so this technology is required to get them. We will then wait for these technologies to be researched, as we will then need behemoth blueprints next to begin our strategy. For our starting hero, we will assign them to our 2 exploration ships and send them out to explore. I like to change their designs to beams, as this will allow you to be more effective at longer ranges. I will leave one of these as flag to shoot down any missiles that we encounter. You should do the same for your hero. Next, we can change our battle tactics into tick trophies. This will allow for early game scrapping, and since we changed from missiles to beams, we will be more effective at this middle range. Don't forget to apply our changes and explore the curiosities. For our first law, we will take #home for a very powerful FIDSI bonus. This will stay on for the rest of the game. While Ki is a very precious resource, you can get it quite easily. For example, each new system you discover will yield 1 Ki, counteracting this malice. This makes exploring the galaxy very important as the Hissho. To do this, let's make a dedicated exploration ship based off our colonization hull. This is because it can mount 3 engines as opposed to 2 with a starting explorer. We will give it a name, and we will weave these into our construction queue wherever possible and set them on auto explore. Ki can also be used to activate powerful effects, as seen up here, the most useful being Way of the Obsidian Eagle. This will give us a total of 45% production on our capital. We will place this wherever we can, which is why having access to the marketplace is so useful, as getting strategics can be very difficult as the Hissho early on. Finally, let's send our ships down one of our available star lanes to explore new systems, get more Ki, and research more curiosities. For our second turn, we will first use this button here to send our ships to their destinations. Looks like we've discovered a special planet, the planet Vale. These are very lucrative to mine. While there aren't any curiosities here for now, we did find a number of gas giants. This planet type is very good to mine as they have the highest base yields in the game. Getting ones with science is also very important. Let's continue exploring for now. As you uncover new systems, continue exploring with your probes. This will help you uncover new luxuries and strategic resources that we can then sell to the marketplace once we have the technology unlocked. Also, don't forget to send your probes out to uncover new systems if you don't have the movement points to make it there. We will also select our hero level. We will take Forced Labor, as this hero will be our governor once we have finished exploring. For our faction quest, which starts on turn 3, we will choose Faith, as this objective is far more achievable than making military ships early on. Once you have discovered your first miner faction, go ahead and open the hacking console. We will send a hack over to their system. This will allow you to complete your faction quest much quicker. We will also set an encryption on our capital. This will make it take 50% longer for anybody to hack you, and prevent the support revolutionaries effect if your home system is hacked. If you ever see this symbol here, this means that one of your mining probes has completed. We should resend this out here on this lava planet, the X-ray industry. On turn 5, you will most likely run out of things to build in your capital while you wait for more technologies. In the meantime, we will build some of our Seekers and use these to explore the galaxy and earn us more ki. Next turn, we will unlock the colonization tech for this snow planet, so we will only build these for this one turn. Also, if you ever see this pop up, choose the searching option. This will give you basically a 4-movement engine, which is the same as the engine you get from the technology tree down here. That also gives 4 movement, but costs 1 Hyperion, so it's basically just a cheaper engine you can get. Looks like this turn we have met the Hissho. As this faction has a poor early game, we will most likely take advantage of them while we still can. We've also finished up production of our scouts. Let's put them up and set them on auto explore. This will help us generate ki over the course of the game as they unlock new systems. Since our production is free, we will take this opportunity to colonize our snow world. As I have stated in previous guides, even though we don't have any population to fill this planet up, Xeno-industrial infrastructure will still give us a flat 10 industry, as this is a planet. This is why it is important to colonize as many systems as you can in the early game, as they give you flat boons before your population comes online. Let's continue leveling our hero. We will take industry and mining our remaining planet. If you're wondering why I don't move this behemoth, it's because it has a module that gives us plus 15 food and plus 15 industry. We will build public-private partnerships next. This will give us a ton of science from all these planets we have colonized. We will need lots of technology to optimize this behemoth for mining. In the background, I have continued exploring and searching curiosities, and this has finally paid off. By discovering titanium, we are now able to place our Way of the Obsidian Eagle on our capital. Let's go ahead and do this. Next turn, this will matter greatly, as we have 2 very important buildings coming up that will give us a lot of food. And the more food we have, the more population. And once we have more mining behemoths, those population will give us way more resources. First, let's build sustainable farms. As we have 3 planets, this will give us more food than intensive cultivation. This will be done next turn. On turn 9, a number of things have happened. First, pirates have spawned. We will need to deal with these later if we wish to mine these systems, especially this one with titanium. Also, Hissho has decided in his infinite wisdom to settle right next to our capital. We will send our exploration ships over here to deal with this. First, let's assign our hero to our capital. This way, his production and food bonuses can take effect. Let's move our ship back. As you can also see, our scout ships have uncovered a large swath of territory. This has also likely yielded us about a dozen ki. Furthermore, we can use our hacking operation to improve our image. This will allow us to complete our faction quests much faster, as this will force them to be cordial with us very soon. So let's go ahead and hack them again. We have just completed the Ram Scoop quest, giving us not only the Ram Scoop, but also 5 ki. We are nearing 100 ki. We do not want to go over this, as anything over 100 is wasted. The best thing to spend your ki on is under the Behemoth technology, the fealty centers. These will give you +1 Fidzi per population on the planet it's built on. You can build these on each of your planets. These cost 25 ki. We will research this next. Many would be tempted to research Behemoth Exploitation 1 as our Tier 2 technology to unlock our system development. Instead, we should bypass this technology and instead go right for the Tier 2 probes. This probe here that costs adamantium is the best probe in the game and will be what you want to use later. For now, we can use these probes. In order to unlock this, we need one more Tier 2 technology. Let's choose multi-thread management. This is a very good technology and will unlock our system development for us. We should then build our production and science buildings. As you can see, they only take 1 turn. You won't always have this building. This comes randomly from curiosities. I'm going to skip it as you may not have it every game, but if you do get it, you should definitely build it. Finally, let's blockade this system. Do our curiosity here. And if you see this red exclamation point here, we can actually ask Horatio to abandon his outpost. We should choose Condemn. This will allow us to cheaply go to war with him once his outpost founds, and newly founded outposts have 0 manpower, meaning we can take it with even our terrible scout ships. As we are playing on the fast game speed, at the end of turn 10, which we are on now, we will be allowed to switch governments. As the Hissho start as a dictatorship, we can choose whatever political party we wish. I personally like to choose the scientists. This is because we only care about the default law. As hatched at home, our other secondary law that we have passed is better than pretty much anything else. By choosing scientists, we can replace this mostly useless jingo law that we have now with this really excellent science law. This will help us get our probes that we need that are in Era 3. So let's go ahead and select scientists. After researching the marketplace technology, we will take this opportunity to purchase boosters for our population under population details. As you can see, the Hissho want 6 super spuds, while the EO want 3 Eden incense. What they want is different every game. We'll go to marketplace, and we'll get 6 super spuds, as well as 3 Eden incense. Before we boost these, note how the Hissho are providing us 3 manpower and 1 production every turn. Hitting the boost button will double this output. We'll do the same for the EO. We should also go back to the marketplace and get some blue cat mold for our system development. The Hissho really needs science early on to keep up with the rapid production, so get it wherever you can. We will also build some exploration ships on our capital with our spare production, and put exoscience stations on our other planets for now. The fealty center will go on Uchi next turn, which we'll get from Behemoth blueprints. Our hacking of the minor faction has finally paid off, and given us a decent random technology from completing our faction quest. While we won't change our government yet, I do like switching from dictatorship to republic. This is because it gives stronger law effects, and this includes the hatched at home law. We can then do our next quest, which is to reach 95 ki. Now we will be spending a lot of ki this turn, so this will probably have to wait. Let's then level our hero. We'll give him extra production. We can put the Obsidian Eagle back on our capital as well, and we can also do our fealty center. That will scale as the game goes on, eventually giving us +2 and then +3 Fidzi per population. For our behemoths, let's modify the design, and we will add 2 additional mining probes, an additional gun, and shields. This will give them basic survivability against pirates. We'll go ahead and retrofit our existing behemoth, as well as construct another one. We will use these for a few turns while we go for advanced probes. Let's send this behemoth over here. This cold system has a lot of gas giants. This will give us a lot of science. Now, let's talk technology. Before we go for the advanced behemoth tech, here for mining probes, and here for 2 additional support modules, we will get behemoth generators. This will give them an innate +4 move speed, making engines not as necessary. I also like getting some basic military tech here. This is because our science is now slower than our production. One easy way to resolve this is through scrapping. By using the Hyperium Analyzer here, mixed with the Take Trophies battle card here, we can greatly accelerate the speed in which we get our advanced behemoth technologies. If we did not do this now, we would waste a lot of empty production making nothing. We will pick up Ubiquitous Surveillance for the +1 level cap on ships. We will then get Efficient Shielding. This will give us our attackers as well as, most importantly, our protectors, which is what can actually equip the Hyperium Analyzer. We will then get Autonomous Construction. Not only will this give us tanks, it will also allow us to have 14 ships at a time. If we did need more manpower, instead of getting survival suits and chain ganging, we can actually use our Observance, the Sun God's Ritual. This will give us plus 50% food to manpower for 5 turns. I will also send these scouts over here to get more curiosities. And I'll continue searching them in the background. With our second behemoth finished, let's send one last probe on our capital, and then we can send it over towards this Hissho system. We can now build our galactic supermarket, and we also have a hero available. Of these, I would recommend choosing any Seeker, of which we have 2 to choose from. This is because Seekers have this particular skill, Enhanced Astronavigation. This skill is necessary for late-game combat, as it allows your fleets to travel across the galaxy using free movement, faster than someone using normal star lanes. We will pick this Hissho hero. This is because the Hissho hero has this skill, Behemoth Secrets. Now, since right now we are a scientist government, and this hero is affiliated with the scientists, they will become our senator. As you can see here, they are now in our political party. And this hero has this skill that gives +1 behemoth production if they are your senator. So by utilizing a scientific hero, we can gain this bonus here. Now this won't happen yet, but it will happen late game. And once we switch our government to be a republic, which will give us 2 political parties instead of just 1, which is what you get when you're a dictatorship. As you can see, these are locked. We'll have this one and this one. We will be able to have probably 1 be a militarist and 1 be a scientist, allowing us to gain multiple bonuses from having multiple heroes with different political parties. 2 more things for this turn before I forget. Let's go ahead and assign our heroes some skills. We'll give them the -10% military upkeep skill. We will also assign them to a fleet on our capital. They will be commanding 14 ships very shortly. And we can do our system development, like we said earlier. So let's go ahead and choose Blue Cap Mold. This will give us not only the 30 science, but also +10 Fidzy on our system here. So I'll go ahead and build that before we get the supermarket. After getting behemoth generators and the +4 move speed, our behemoth here has quickly made it to the gas giants. Let's look at our capital and compare the science before and after sending out 3 mining probes. So let's send them out on here. And let's check back. This is now up to 489 science. That is a massive increase, and these are only the basic mining probes. Since we have so much science, I want to get 1 more military tech, Focus Plasma. This is so we will have 2 tier 2 military techs, allowing us to use these higher tier weapons. We'll also get Maximized Exploitation to colonize our lava planet on our capital, Behemoth Exploitation 2 for the better mining probes, and then Mission Flexibility. And if you didn't know, Mission Flexibility gives additional support slots. This will bring our total number from 3 up until 5. So we can have 5 mining probes or 4 mining probes in 1 engine. Sometimes I do 1 engine as well. And finally, let's go ahead and build our big data shipyard so we can start pumping out ships next turn. One more thing to be aware of. Horatio's colony here develops next turn. Before this, we want to make sure to declare war now and take advantage of our 90% reduction to war cost. Again, so we'll go ahead and declare war for 61. Normally that would be 600 as prize war, which we do not have. And then, next turn, this will still have 0 manpower, so we'll be ready to invade. Horatio's colony here is now a system. As you can see, it has 0 manpower. This lets us freely invade it. You can use this strategy to dispatch greedy AI, but players typically won't let you do this. So let's go ahead and invade. It doesn't matter what battle tactic we use. And we won. And we will go ahead and raise the system, and this will give us a small amount of key. Perfect. And this will also help us complete this quest, which we should complete in a couple turns once we get some more key from exploring these systems over here. As you can see, our scout ships have uncovered a large amount of systems. Now that we almost have all the necessary technologies, we can start building our ships. We will have to pay dust to upgrade them next turn, as we don't have focused plasma, and therefore the tier 3 weapons. However, we are making a lot of dust, so we should be able to afford this. For our design, let's edit the Kestrel, which is our protector. We will add a beam, which we will upgrade next turn to the tier 2 beams, an engine, and 3 Hyperium analyzers. Now these do cost 3 Hyperium per ship, which we do not have, so we will have to buy this from the marketplace. So let's go ahead and pick some up now. Typically, we'd want to have 14 of these ships, which is the maximum we'll be able to have next turn. However, since we are constrained by total number of Hyperium, we may not be able to do this. So we'll go ahead and queue these up. Looks like we can make 4 this turn, so we'll have to upgrade these 4, and then we'll go in and edit the designs so we won't have to upgrade as many. We can also go in here and do this probe. And since we've cleared this system out, we can start probing this system as well. Always prioritize the gas giants. They give the most yields per planet. And as I stated last turn, now that we have the technology, let's go ahead and upgrade our Kestrels here. We'll give them the better beams. And we can go and upgrade those. And we will create the fleet and merge them into our hero. And while we're here, let's go ahead and upgrade our hero as well with the better beams. Do that. Give them the movement for the entire fleet. Movement, some better shields, and we'll give them a probe just in case we find anything as we're fighting the minor faction. Sometimes as you destroy their ships, it will spawn a new curiosity that might give you some strategic resources or dust. So we'll apply that, and we will need some more Hyperium to build more Kestrels here, so let's go to the market and purchase more. So looks like it's quite cheap. Looks like an AI saw that we were buying a bunch and decided to flood the market, so this caused the price to crash. So we'll go ahead and queue some up. And we only need 14, so we'll adjust it next turn and see how much we need. Finally, our boosting for our population has ended, so let's check. We need 9 Super Spuds and 7 Eden Incense. Let's see if we can afford that. 9 Super Spuds. And 70 Incense, perfect. Okay. Go ahead and boost those up as well. We need all the production and influence we can get. Unfortunately, it looks like this turn an AI has decided to attack one of our seeker ships. Since retreating will cost us a lot of key, we're just going to have to let this ship die. This may happen sometimes. Players will probably try to punish you and attack these things, but that's why you make a bunch of them, so you can afford to lose a couple. We have also finished some extra Kestrels. We'll go ahead and merge these in. They do give additional experience based on the number of ships back to the captain here, so we'll go ahead and make sure to assign them as soon as they're available. I've also been making sure to replenish our probes as they expire, and we have another wave of the Obsidian Eagle we'll put on our capital, so we can finish these ships just a couple more turns early. Let's go ahead and merge these ships in here. And we only need 4 more, which is what we have. That's perfect. This one will take 2 turns, so let's go ahead and use some dust to buy this. We do have a lot of dust, so this won't break the bank too much. And then we'll pick up our lava colonization afterwards. Now, we will be getting our advanced probes next turn. So let's send our last few probes out here, and then we'll bring our behemoths back to our capital so we can retrofit them with the advanced probes. Hopefully, we can check the marketplace. Sometimes there'll be enough adamantium on the marketplace for you to use adamantium probes right off the bat without even paying for them. So we'll go ahead and pick up 10 adamantium for now. Now we may need to purchase more, we may not have enough, but we can simply use the basic mining probes in supplement. A couple things have happened this turn. We can choose a new objective in our faction quest. I typically like to choose Glory, as getting a unique gun is way better than just getting 250 influence. Also, this one is way easier, as we are about to be attacking some minor factions with a scrapping fleet. And speaking of the scrapping fleet, it is now ready. Let's go ahead and merge it in and send them off. They'll be there in 2 turns. We can also upgrade our hero once more and reduce his military upkeep, which will slowly increase our dust generation. And as we have a 100 key, let's replace the exoscience stations on this system with a fealty center. And as we do have 2 turns before we can get mission flexibility, let's get Komachi Academy in the meanwhile. And we will let these behemoths wait for a little bit before we upgrade them. Let's see if we can get some more adamantium on the marketplace. Get 10 for now. That's not too bad. We should be able to at least fully upgrade one of these with adamantium probes, but we'll see next turn, or in 2 turns, what happens. It is now turn 20, and our scrapping fleet is in position to attack these minor factions. However, before we do that, let's queue up a few more technologies so we can see just how much scrapping reduces their cost by. We'll get off-world agribusiness, as we forgot to get this technology earlier. We'll get adaptive bureaucracies for Dinark University. This gives +2 FIDSI per population on planets. This is very good. We will get evaporation inhibitors so we can research the higher tier curiosities. This will give us better luxuries, as well as unlock antimatter and adamantium. And we'll get those technologies as well. We'll finish up with 2 science technologies. The Graviton Shielded Laboratories is very good, as well as Wave Function Control. These 2 work in tandem to advance you into the dimensional folding technology. These are like the trifecta of ultimate science technologies. They also have a lot of very good anti-hacking. This is really important, especially on the Hissho, as you have one system, so you're very vulnerable to hacking. So pretty much you're going to want to get these 3 anti-hacking firewalls and just put them on your capital, and you'll pretty much be immune to almost every hacking. This one here, Topple Government. If you keep having your government toppled, this is what you need. It's also very good science, like I said, so you're definitely going to want to pick that one up. Another quick tip that I just noticed, take a look at my influence income. It is at 22. Let's look at our population. The EO get +2 because we're boosting it. +2 influence on hot. However, for whatever reason, the AI, the Endless Space AI, has decided to put all of the EO population on the non-hot planets, even though we have 2. So we have 22. Let's go ahead and move these all here. And look, they get +40. There's no reason for the EO to be anywhere except for hot planets. We can literally change nothing except for where each population is, and we increase our influence by double. It doesn't reduce anything else. You should keep an eye on what your population are making and make sure that they're on the correct planet for that. Okay, now that we're ready, we'll go ahead and attack the minor faction here. Before we do so, let's again take a look at our technologies. It's going to take 18 turns for dimensional folding. This one's 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, etc., etc. So let's compare that before and after once we attack. So we'll attack them now. Make sure to switch to take trophies, of course. We'll hit advance. This is what allows you to move your ships around. Do you like to put the hero in the middle fleet? The enemy is fighting us in the middle fleet. This looks good to me, so we'll go ahead and attack. It looks like we lost 3 ships. That's okay. We did gain 7,300 science, 1,200 dust, and about 10 key. That is a lot. We also level our hero up. We'll put a point in this. That is a lot of science. We are only making 750 science normally, so getting 7,000 science is a massive boon. As you can see, it's now taking a 0 for all 3 of these technologies, and this reduced this by 4 turns, which is very good. We did lose a couple ships though, so we will build more. We do need more Hyperium for this. Let's go ahead and buy more. We do have a lot of dust now. 15 of these, and we'll build some more Kestrels. And I am going to buy these out for now. We do need 3. I'll buy these out, and I'll move these back to this system so we can meet here, and then we'll send them up together back to Wrath. And I'll continue to build more ships as we go along, because we will need to continuously replace them as they get broken. That is one downside of using all protectors. I have found that if you use a couple attackers, you will still lose at least 1 protector, so there's really no point. You will still lose ships. You may as well just go all in on scrapping. Yeah, we can build a behemoth next turn once we get our mission flexibility, so we'll go ahead and wait for that. Now that we have all of the behemoth technologies we need, I will show you the ultimate design for your mining behemoths. So first we're going to go ahead and put core miners everywhere we can, just like so. We'll put some more guns here, some level 2 guns, better shields. And this is pretty much the ultimate design. You could put some extra movement modules here, but pretty much you don't need those. I just like to go all in on the mining probes. Now, we don't have enough dust to upgrade this yet, so let's go check our marketplace and see if we can sell something to afford this. Sell all of these. Again, we don't need these. We're using Blue Cap Mold as our luxury, so we don't care about anything else except for that. Sell these. And now that we have enough, we'll go ahead and upgrade this. So let's send it out. It'll be there next turn. And hopefully, as we get our ships here, we'll send these over here. Once these get back over here and we attack more, we'll have a lot more dust from scrapping to be able to upgrade this one. We should also go ahead and start building this. This will take quite a bit of time, as you can see. This is more important than anything else, though, however. I'm also going to just go ahead and slap the Fealty Center ahead of this. We will need the extra Fidzy here to, speed this up a little bit more. Unfortunately, all of our probes have decayed, but they will be replaced shortly with the best probes in the game. We've also finished our population booster. Let's see if we can afford more of these. You should always make sure to replace these whenever possible. Even a little bit of bonus adds up over the course of a game. Okay, just enough. So yes, still 5 turns for that. And that's pretty much everything. Now that our advanced mining probe behemoth has arrived in Yersh, let's compare the before and after of the output on our capital. So we're making 440 science, about 440 dust. These are the most important yields, as this system is pretty much all in science and dust. So let's compare the before and after. So go ahead and send these out on these 4 systems. And as you can see, that is a staggering difference. This is almost double our output of science. That's over 1k science, over 200 dust. It's increased this marginally. The food was about, I think, 170 something before, so that's increased the food by about 100. So this is a staggering output from just these probes. These mining probes are no joke. So we can hopefully upgrade this as soon as possible. And once we get this third one online, we will be nearly unstoppable. Another important factor when considering your growth with the mining probes is that they do scale with population. Now we have just researched this technology here, evaporation inhibitors. This was for the probes. However, it also gives you the ability to terraform. Now with this mod, you will always have this order of planets. You will always have this lava planet. The lava planet can have 4 population. However, if we were to change this into a desert, it will give us additional +2 population. So this would further increase the amount of Fidzy we're getting from our mining probes. So make sure to increase the population of your planet where possible. That's more important than anything. Now this planet, we don't have the correct technology to get it to what we want to yet, so we'll leave that one alone. But we will queue that up. We're also going to put in Denark University. We've also queued up some extra kestrels. We do want to keep a steady flow of kestrels over to Wrath. So as I've already sent these ones over that we built last turn, so once this attacks next turn, we'll be ready with another 3 to continuously replace the ones that have been destroyed. That way we'll get a continuous stream of science and dust. I'll also go ahead and put the Way of the Obsidian Eagle back on our capital. This will increase this by a little bit. I think that's about a turn faster. I do also want to get out some more scout ships. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this one. We don't really care. That's fine. We'll go ahead and build a couple more of these. We do want to see what sort of resources we have on our capital, because we do want to start thinking about getting our Era 4 optimization. We did do this one. We want to see what sort of luxuries we can use for this, because they can make, again, another staggering difference. Everything does add up for the Hissho. Like I said last turn, I did use our scout ships here to reveal the curiosities on our capital. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything too useful here, so I'm going to send them over here to Yersh, see what we can get. We also have our scrapper fleet back on Wrath, and there's actually curiosity here. We can search this with our hero. Looks like they have ionic crystals. Ionic crystals are very good for us. We could use those. The science is excellent. That's +3 science per population on the system, and +30 flat. That's pretty good. More ionic crystals here. Very nice. Let's go ahead and attack and see what we get this time. So again, we'll switch to power to take trophies. And that looks good to me. Let's go ahead and attack. Alright, very nice. Another 3 ships lost, but again, that's fine. There will be 3 more things to replace them next turn, and again, 3 more. So we'll continue to send more ships over there to replace them as they die. Build another 3 here. So every turn we'll have to build 3 more kestrels, and this is greatly advancing our technology, as you can see. Again, another 0, 0, 0. This was 18 turns. I believe it only took... definitely not 18 turns. It's probably going to take maybe 5 turns to actually get dimensional folding. So scrapping, a very good technology, as a very good strategy for the Hissho. I've also, again, sent out another mining probe on Xanados here. We're going to continue to use these. We can also go ahead and upgrade this. We need 10 adamantium, so let's go ahead and buy that. So we need 5. Excellent. Let's go ahead and upgrade that, and we can send this over here. And we'll continue to use these behemoths to send them around and see what else we can get. I believe this has been a good showcase of what the Hissho can do early, as they probably have the most industrious start besides the Cravers. However, while the Cravers have a limited lifespan, the Hissho can scale infinitely with mining probes. Getting those fast is imperative, as is employing a scrapping fleet to exploit miner factions. Not only does this boost science and dust, but also gains you extra key for fealty centers. I'll begin working on a part 2 for this video. I want to show some late game strategies, as well as fleet compositions, as many get to late game and don't know what to build. Thank you for watching the Endless Academy. I will see you in the next one.